folks, we're rounding out episode 151, week 151, whatever you want to call it, of the Wrestling Rundown. Talking about NXT, the midweek wrap-up.
Just NXT.
Yep.
For a couple more weeks.
Yeah, we're counting down the days
at
this point to Lucha Underground.
Lucha's coming back.
Very soon.
A couple more weeks. But yeah, NXT kind of... I don't know, man. It's alright.
Yeah.
I could have done things a little different, but hey, we don't write things. Killian Dane took on Danny Burch. Danny Burch getting a little bit of a plug for the UK Championship Tournament and the UK Championship show that's coming up soon. So it looks like he's going to be a part of that, which is cool, because I know you're a big fan of Danny Burch.
I do like Danny Burch.
We've liked him since he was Martin Stone, so...
Yeah.
But, unfortunately...
We're like the hipsters.
Yes. We liked Danny Burch before Danny Burch was cool. Unfortunately, he was going against Killian Dane.
Yeah.
And that doesn't end well for anybody. And Killian Dane picked up the win with what we now know as the Ulcer Plantation.
Sounds gross.
Which is just that's all around awful. It's not a place anyone or anything should be. It's just bad.
It's a gnarly looking move too.
It is. It's a very gnarly looking move. We had a little vignette for the Velveteen Dream, the Patrick Clark experience. Looked like a goddamn Snapchat filter.
I wouldn't be mad if that became a Snapchat.
You know, I love how he's just embraced this, like, what seemed like a one-time thing, like, I'm just gonna try this, and is fucking running with it.
You know, you do you, boo-boo.
He's good at it, man. Well, speaking of squashy matches, Heavy Machinery took on Ricardo Watts and Hector Kunzman, who I'm sure together probably didn't even weigh half of what Otis does.
And it was a squash match in the most literal sense, as both of these men got squashed repeatedly.
By the backpack splash, whatever you want to call it. And then Heavy Machinery just decided that they wanted to call out the Authors of Pain.
Yep.
After their third NXT match. Just settle down. Settle down. Which was pretty much the words of DIY, who said, that's cool, you know, we love the competition here on NXT, but the line starts behind DIY because they're still guaranteed a fair, just regular old tag team match against the Authors of Pain for the tag team titles. So, Heavy Machinery, wait your turn, because DIY is next. But I think Heavy Machinery probably is going to be the most formidable opponents as far as size and power are concerned against the Authors of Pain. Should be interesting to see those two teams go against each other. Big old, like, clash of monsters. Kona Reeves, a slight step up from the squash match, took on Hideo Itami. Yep. He actually got the advantage right off the bat. He had been talking to Bobby Roode, and apparently Bobby Roode told him to attack him before the bell started, because he did. And got a little bit of an advantage, but then eventually you piss off Hideo Itami long enough, he's just going to punch and kick you and hurt you and then make you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because he's Hideo Itami.
And that's what he does. That's his thing.
That's exactly what he does.
His thing is hurting you and then winning matches.
That's kind of a Japanese thing. Japanese people will hurt you and then they pin you.
Yeah.
After they make you go to sleep. With various knee strikes and God knows what. They're dangerous wrestlers. They're scary. We had Who is Roderick Strong Part 2.
Much more positive than the first part.
This is much more lighthearted. We got to see him spending time with his fiance, and we got got to see him. See them bring the baby home, and saw a little bit of his past in Ring of Honor and other indie promotions and whatnot.
Man, he was dropping that name like it was hot.
Yeah. Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor. Honorable Ring, Ring of Honor, Ring of honorable ring of honor. Yeah, and
I think the first two pictures they showed of Ring of Honor though was like one of him facing off with Kevin Owens and the other one of him chopping Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and then they actually had him one where he had like a almost like a camel clutch on Akira Tozawa. It's funny how they had those three pictures first. But yeah, this was much more lighthearted. Still kind of putting over. I like that what they're doing with Rodney right now is he's kind of got this like next step up kind of Cinderella story where he gets like he's not new to wrestling, but he's getting to do a new thing because he says for the first time in my life I get to do something for my family.
Yeah.
Because now he's got a wife, he's got a baby that he gets to provide for by doing what he loves. And so that's kind of what they're going with for Roddy.
Heel turn. He's gonna start doing the Kevin Owens gimmick.
Well, I mean, Bobby
for my family.
Bobby Roode wasn't paying any attention.
No.
Regal was trying to comment like, "Hey, that's a pretty cool story," and Bobby's like, "Yeah, sure." So championship. I think Hideo needs to like earn his way there, and Regal's like, "Yeah, that's." So you know what? You're absolutely right. So I think next week he's going to take on Roderick Strong, and the winner of that match will take the championship spot at NXT Takeover Chicago.
I'm gonna be honest. I hope Roderick wins.
I'm cool either way. It seemed like Roddy would win because just before Bobby Roode left Regal's office, Roderick Strong walked in.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that would be kind of like really putting us on the fast track to trying to get Hideo over.
Yeah.
But I like Roddy.
Yeah, I like Roddy
Cool.
too. So yeah.
Not that I don't like Hideo, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's just
So that'll
You
more.
were gone for like twice.
Yeah,
for a long time.
Hideo's been gone for a while. He's not quite as hyped as he used to be. So yeah, that'll probably be our main event next week. But we also know that next week we'll have Aleister Black in action. God knows who he's going to knock out with his foot this time. But
Black in action.
But I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. But our main event was a 15-woman battle royal to determine who would face Asuka at NXT TakeOver Chicago for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
We
There's a lot of
had
people.
a lot of ladies. We had Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, Sarah Bridges, Kimberly Franklin, Ruby Riott, Ember Moon, Aaliyah, Daria, now known as Sonya Deville, Rachel Evers, Candice LeRae, Victoria Gonzalez, and Bianca Blair. So a lot of ladies that we've seen on like social media and at live events and stuff like that, getting a chance to actually be on NXT. This was a good way.
I was a little surprised there was no Mandy Rose.
I didn't actually think about it, and I'm surprised she wasn't there either. Maybe they're saving her for post Asuka dropping the title.
Yeah.
Maybe she's gonna be kind of like the next big heel to kind of come in and take a spot on the roster. But yeah, it was a battle royal. It's hard to really follow all the action happening. The first elimination happened during a commercial break, and that was Victoria Gonzalez, who is the Amazon woman. She's bigger than pretty much everyone in the ring.
Yeah.
We had some negative reactions towards Aaliyah for eliminating Rachel Evers. She got a little backlash. Nikki got some babyface points for eliminating Aaliyah not too long after that.
Apparently, Aaliyah's not highly lauded in the eyes of the NXT crowd.
Or maybe they just really like Rachel Evers.
Yeah, well.
Maybe she's like a hidden secret fan favorite in NXT that we just don't see all that often.
Yeah.
Billie Kay and Peyton Royce were on fire. They had 5 or 6 eliminations between the two of them.
Yeah, they got some mad heat for getting rid of Candice LeRae.
Yeah, that was Billie ended up saving Peyton by booting Candice off of the apron, and that was probably the most heat I've seen Billie and Peyton get.
Yeah,
because they're pretty much loved all around, but that was Yeah, that was a shot to him. Ruby eliminated Kimberly Frankly. Nikki had a few just like psycho moments where she would eliminate people, which I think she got rid of Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And then one of the ones that Peyton got was someone was dumping Bianca over the top, and she actually pulled Bianca's ponytail and like whipped her to the floor, which was pretty nasty. So after a back-to-back elimination from Ember Moon, taking out both Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, our final three were Ember Moon, Nikki Cross, and Ruby Riott. So 3 very good contenders, 2 of which have already had shots at the NXT Women's Championship, Ruby being the only one who hasn't. These 3 just proceed to have a really good triple threat match, essentially. Not a whole lot of attempt to eliminate each other. It was a lot of in-ring action and
spots.
Yeah, a lot of spots for days. Ember ended up hitting one Eclipse on Nikki Cross and went up to try another one on, I think, Ruby, maybe another one on Nikki. But she would only get to the top rope before Asuka would run down and shove her off. And for some reason, that warranted the bell to ring.
I've never seen a disqualification in a battle royal.
Yeah, because who got disqualified?
Asuka.
Asuka wasn't in it though.
She still got disqualified though.
Bullshit. Asuka gets in, hits pretty much a move on everyone. First off, Ember Moon.
Ooh.
She got rocket launched, Lope style, out of the ring and into the fucking guardrail.
Yeah, like narrowly scraped by the post.
Yeah.
On her way out the ring.
It was a very close call. That was a hell of a thing to attempt. But yeah, that took
done.
That took her out. Just a couple of stiff shots to both Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott, and Asuka just danced around like a freaking fool, and then ran away. Because that's what you do when you're proud of yourself. You run away.
That's what you do when you're a heel.
That's true. Regal comes out and announces that due to the interference, Asuka will now defend the NXT Women's Championship in a fatal 4-way against those 3 ladies.
Feel like Asuka's plan backfired a wee bit.
Yeah. Well, one thing is, we've been here before. Except Asuka was the only... No, she was one of the baby faces in that match. This time it's... I don't know. This felt really forced. I don't know.
I don't mind it. I mean, the only reason why I'm not jumping for joy over this match is that we did recently have Asuka do the exact same thing, defend the championship in a fatal 4-way.
That's true. Yeah,
it was not that long ago.
It's exactly the same thing.
Essentially, though, this one is going to be slightly different because there's actual, there's animosity between Ruby and Nikki that's obviously going to carry over into the story of that match.
And then there's the issues between Ember and Asuka from Takeover Orlando.
Essentially kind of make you think that's going to be the focal point of this match.
Yeah.
Essentially, it'll be a 4-way match, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great intermingling between all 4 women, but essentially I feel like it's going to feel a lot like 2 singles matches happening simultaneously.
I do too. Yeah, I mean, got some great talent in there, so it's definitely not going to be a bad match.
Happy to see Ruby.
Yeah. Ruby getting a quick push, which is good. She deserves it. She's got a big name behind her, so yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this builds. We got, I think, 2 more weeks. This will be TakeOver Chicago the night before Backlash.
And I heard rumors that the dark match main event post this episode of NXT was the Authors of Pain versus Cassius Ohno and Roderick Strong.
Ooh. All right.
Unless it was recorded and it's just going to happen next week, but I doubt it. because Roderick Strong's supposed to go against Hideo Itami next week.
So
Authors of Pain won when they hit the last chapter on Cassius Ohno.
Ah. Well, all right. I don't really have any other news type stuff to.
No, just we're still we're counting down the days to the return of Lucha Underground.
Yep.
Should be a decent episode of NXT next week.
Yeah.
And that's it. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
No, that's not the end. I'm just gonna say bye and we leave.
No. We gotta do the whole thing.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links.
Bye.
Click the podcast link. We're not done yet. Check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable to W.
Like
Bye.
wrestling. Nope. Like wrestling.
Wrestling.
There we go. We got another Fantasy Warfare coming up in the next day, and then just after that, the classiest episode of the Hawktail Hour.
Yeah,
you need to check it out.
You don't get classier than a drink based off of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Nah, that's a lie, because technically you don't get classier than a drink inspired by Freddie Blassie.
Fair enough.
That
There's one step classier, but we didn't go there.
Exactly. So check out that stuff. I'll be posting another What Colt's Wondering as well. Check out the rest of the videos we've done this week. Newest video is going to be in the next slide. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Yep.
Bye.
Fuck.